Welcome to this Taxwise webinar. All of our webinars do have accompanying notes which you can download just to the left here, and they're also all CPD accredited. We do hope you find these of value, and let me hand over to Mercia. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Norman Allison from Mercia Group. This is in respect of Taxwise, just a brief presentation on the Revenue's digital strategy, or Making Tax Digital, or MTD, which is a theme we're going to be seeing clearly over the forthcoming year or so. In effect, the ideas which we'll have picked up on is beyond 2018, pretty much everyone is going to be having a digital account. I have logged into my own personal tax account, which I'm sure many of you may have done as well. I was intrigued actually to find that on my personal tax account, apparently I am a full-time employee of Mercia Group, but on my personal tax account I was informed that I was going to be paid on an irregular basis, which was news to me, and that my employer had told the Revenue that I was going to earn about £10,000 a year. So I'm expecting some sort of notification from our HR department in due course on this. It was all news to me, apparently. But this is the idea. My personal tax account will be pre-populated with data which the Revenue hold. Clearly my salary details through RTI, and in due course probably things such as bank building society in interest as well. A couple of publications the Revenue have given us over the last year or so. Making Tax Easier and Making Tax Digital. That one appeared just before Christmas, autumn statement. I did pick up on a couple of lines in these statements, and the idea is that they're looking to offer a more personalised service. A quote that I found quite intriguing: you will feel that we have a really good understanding of what is going on in your lives. Now, I'm sure that would be very interesting with some clients, and probably they would not rather they had a really good understanding of actually what was going in their lives, and to be able to pick up a conversation where they have left off, and you won't necessarily then mean having to start over all again. So that's the idea, in theory, making everyone's life easier. How much money is being invested to make this happen? We are told £1.3 billion to transform the tax system into something that feels completely different, we are told. It will be very interesting to see what that actually means. But the idea is that the Revenue are looking to become one of the most digitally advanced tax administrations in the world. And the key point really is businesses, self-employed, landlords are going to be required to keep track of their tax affairs digitally. What that really means, we are told, is that quite simply they're all going to need accounting software. Now, of course, many clients have that, won't be an issue. But a lot of clients won't have systems that will comply with the new requirements. For example, if you've got paper-based systems, or indeed we are told spreadsheets, that is not going to be acceptable in this new world that we are moving to. So those clients will, on that basis, presumably have to acquire some software. Been talking to accountants around the country on our lectures about possible cost implications for clients dealing with this. Yes, the Revenue have said that they'll be designing some format of a free software, or indeed free apps that you can use on your smartphone. Again, it'd be interesting to see just how functional that is moving forward. But in essence, the idea is you will be required to update your digital account at least quarterly. Now, again, before I came back to Mercia, getting some of our clients to comply once a year was a challenge enough indeed. So every 3 months, that I'm sure could be interesting. That's the idea, that the software effectively will link with the Revenue systems and update that information at least on a quarterly basis. This will not apply to individuals basically in employment or pensioners unless they've got secondary incomes of at least £10,000 a year. If you are reporting your income on a more regular basis, should you be paying your tax on a more regular basis, i.e. potentially moving away from the traditional, the payment on account system every 6 months? Well, it seems to be that you will be offered a chance, the opportunity, to pay your tax every 3 months. Apparently it will be on a voluntary basis. Again, this is a theme we are beginning to see. You will recall last year there was a mention that in the future you'll be paying your CGT liability within 30 days in respect to property gains, rather than the normal system that we have at the minute, where you can enjoy a longer payment window. Why are they doing this? Well, one of the things we are told is that this is going to reduce the number of errors, because everything's going to be on software, it's all going to be linked into your accounts. We are told it is likely, therefore, to generate an additional £1 billion a year. So we will see in due course if that actually is achieved or not. For your business clients, they will have something called a business account, or your tax account. I tuned into a revenue webinar about this that was demonstrating how this would actually work in practice. We were told that every page on your tax account has been designed so that it can be understood by an average 8-year-old, which I found quite intriguing. And we were given demonstrations about, if you need further information, you can click on hyperlinks, typically which would take you to YouTube, where you'd get 2 or 3 minute short presentations to give you more help, or indeed then have the facility to click through and get access to some of more detailed guidance through the revenues manuals, etc. on gov.uk's. One thing they were constantly pressing about this is that this should reduce significantly the number of phone calls that the revenue do receive from taxpayers with general queries, and they did accept that ringing the revenue is not a particularly pleasant experience. They are looking to operate a 7-day-a-week service here, and we understand as well they're in the process of recruiting something like 800 recruits into their call centres. We have been told, though, of course, over the next few years, up to 2025, all the tax offices will of course be closing. We'll be left with regional centres, something like 13 I seem to recall. I did read a very interesting parliamentary debate about the effect this is having clearly on the morale of the HMRC staff, because it must be fairly difficult times. When is this coming in? Well, of course, the smaller clients, we're talking here your typical, your self-employed clients, you're looking potentially 2018, which isn't that far away, of course, and by 2020, all corporate clients will be under this banner as well. A simple assessment. I've been using myself as a guinea pig. I'm a full-time employee of Mercia, despite what's on my personal tax account at the minute. In the future, as I say, my PTA will just be pre-populated with all the information the revenue have got through RTI, etc. And I'll just be sent a bill, a calculation. I will be checking it, of course. And if it's not right, I have potentially up to 60 days to make an appeal against that. So that's where we're going, and simple assessment, whether revenue hold all the data to be introduced from 16-17 as well. Clearly a lot of consultations are in the pipeline for this. I understand they have been delayed because of the EU vote, but we expect probably a very busy summer post that, where we'll be getting into some of the fine detail about how this is actually going to work. And of course what we will do, well, we will have a blog on our Mercia website, but we will update you on this significant development in tax on future presentations. So very much at this minute is watch this space, but we will update you more when we know some more.